in half. So I don't know you would ever want to link other than to just activate your effects. Give yourself a fleeting essence set, otherwise destroy this card. Okay. This card is cast a link to a target allied fighter. During your end step, if this card is linked, it gains 2. Okay, so this doesn't work as a starter because you'd have to play something else first. Otherwise, it effectively has no effect. And then, so this would gain 100 health, and what it's linked to it gain 100 health? Interesting. Wait, is this rainbow? Is it? Are you just entirely reliant on harmonized souls? What if you just don't get this starter? During your answer with this card is linked, give yourself a green card. Otherwise, summoning harmonized soul and link it with this card. So this is just ramp. Inert and play. Also, inert and play starter, I just noticed that. How do you have an inert and play starter? It doesn't start, and it's not a starter. Don't call it a starter.
Technically, you can have inert starters, but it has to, you're just supposed to cast it first in like a line of combos. Where's the
only way you'd have an inert starter is if the starter like generated studs in some other way. Then because it's supposed to start you off. It's supposed to give you a start in gen, right? That's why it's a starter. This doesn't have any alternative effect. This doesn't like if this one was this one, if their effects were swapped, so this one summoned the harmonized soul, then I would maybe get it because the harmonized soul is genning. But no, this one just double gens, and this one doesn't gen at all.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. This card gets linked to an allied fighter, to another allied fighter. And all this is going to be such a nightmare for target spam. This targets just twice. Then all linked fighters gain 100 health and power. What happens if multiple fighters are? Can you link like 3 different fighters?
What?
Are we assuming
That's not how it works. You can target twice.
Yeah, but
that's it.
What if I cast this back to link? What do you mean? Oh, the keyword?
You can pull it up yourself, Tone. I put it in the thing.
2 allied cards are linked to each other. 2 cards that are linked together split their stat changes. Okay, but what if I cast this, right? It summons the harmonized soul and links them, and then I cast this, and I link it with this. This is now linked to both of them. How does that work?
Yes.
Interesting. Is effect applicable to gears? That is a good question. I would assume no, because that's stupid.
What?
Also, does effects mean buffs as well?
Yes, it means all stat changes. So, effects also means like if you script one, you're scripting both of them.
Well, I know that, but then what if I have an effect that's like a target fighter gains 100 health? If these 2 are linked,
Then it's split between them. So one would gain 50, the other would gain 50.
Doesn't that cause recursive changes? Because
what do you mean recursive?
gaining health is an effect.
Yes.
So if I make this one gain 200 health and it's linked to this, then they both gain 200 health. This one, they see each other gain 200 health, and they're like, oh, we split it. We gain 100, but we both gain 100 health twice. Then they both see that they both gained 100 health twice. And
no,
then it's like,
that's not how it works. What?
But Isn't that still an effect? It gaining health?
No, it's a stat change.
But the stat change is in effect. Is it not? Okay, whatever.
No, no, that's not how it works.
Alright, whatever. It's still weird, but I guess it's not an infinite. Once each turn, when an allied fighter is linked, that fighter gains 100 health and power. At the start of your turns, if there's an unlinked allied fighter, choose to summon a harmonized soul to link it. Otherwise, give yourself a nest instead. Interesting. Non-fleeting nest instead. To know. Is the Terrarian. I don't really care about the Terrarian. Summon a harmonized soul. It links to this card. Summon a harmonized soul and link it to a target allied fighting. Give yourself a fleeting nest instead. So this is effectively 1 green. Or it gens you a different color. This is so weird. This group is such a weird concept. Choose a card in your graveyard that costs 6 studs or less and has died this game. Summon that fighter, except Sentinel zones and zombified, and link it to a target. Oh. Wait, what? So this is. Hang on. Nine stuff. So this is like a 4 green nerfed out of retirement. Except it requires it to have died this game. Uncommon. This isn't group locked either. You can just target any fighter. And 6 studs is kind of crazy. That's a lot of stuff. All right. Interesting. Immune to destruction effects. While this card is in play, allied cards can link. Allied cards can link multiple times. Allied cards can link. Okay, so if a fighter is linked to another fighter, it can't be linked again, I assume. Links are mutually exclusive. Because of this text. Just turn whenever an a linked fighter dies, summon an attach a harmonized soul to this card. Does that count as an effect? So this card is linked. Does everything it's linked to gain a harmonized soul attached to it?
Yeah.
Okay, ramping nightmare. Holy shit! Whenever a fighter is linked, double this card's power and give yourself a nest instead. Whenever a fighter's okay, I guess it's the epic. But every time a fighter is linked, doesn't that make this effectively free?
What?
Because it's giving you 2 nascent studs. You get a fleeting one from this and then one from this.
Hey, hold on. I don't know about effectively free.
I guess you have to have 2
What?
green, then you can just immediately cast both nascent studs and you get that green back.
How the fuck does doubling power work in this group? Actually, I should think about
Just
that.
this card.
Yeah, but how exactly does that work?
Also, yeah, because if this is linked, they both double their power.
Do they? Is that how it works?
Does the effect count as okay? So if this gains 100 power from its effect, does the effect count as gaining 100 power or doubling its power? That's important. That's very important.
How the fuck could you split a double? A 1.5? That's not even how math works.
So you double it and then cut it in half. I suppose. So it gains like a third power, and then whatever else. No, a fourth power, and then whatever it's linked to gains a fourth. But then how does doubling work? Dude, this group is so weird in its like mechanics. This card has haste if there's another allied. Okay, so this is just it has haste. It doubles its own and then it shares. Well, I assume it shares because it shares everything shares all stat boosts, but then how does my question is, so this says double this card's power. And everything that is linked shares effects. So is the effect that is shared double this card's power or just the power boost that this guy gets?
I'm gonna say it's a power boost
I
because, like,
don't
why the
think it
fuck you give an instant? Hey,
This is so fucking confusing. This is a nightmare. Okay, moving on. This card has haste if there's another allied linked fighter. Whenever this card attacks, if it gains 100
I
health,
go.
then it links to a target fighter once. What is it? Once mean? Oh, I guess it only triggers once ever? Okay. This card's defender while it's linked during your end step. If this card is linked, it gains 200 health. Actually, that changes. Does that mean if something gets attacked, that's split too?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Dude. I don't like this. To a target allied fighter. Start of your turns. If this card is linked, give yourself a non-epic legendary animus card. Then this card gains 100 of the power. All right. Let me get the thing ready. The slides. I am not looking forward to rating this. This is so confusing. No, this is the wrong. Hang on. Wait, I have the wrong account. One sec. All right. Aberration.